Morning, everybody. Um, just the sky is kind of pretty this morning. You can see the bamboo behind me. The sun's coming up. Oh, I just wanted to do a little quick chat again about health. And I could do politics, nutrition, uh, different conditions, whether it be hormonal or whatever, um, arthritis, all those stuff, all those things combined have to do with health. My question is, when did they start? And why is it that some people aren't affected as much as others? And why is it that if you go back 50 years, 75 years, the conditions that we had then versus the conditions that we have now, just the number of them. Now you can say that, well, they've learned more, they've learned to identify more. Well, why is it that in my lifetime, I'll be 59 in less than a month, in my lifetime, we invest more on cancer, more on herbs, more on chemical vitamins, more on good foods than in any other time in history. And yet, there are more types of cancer than any other time in history. There are more labels for different arthritic conditions than in any other time in history. There are people born with obesity, ADD, ADHD, just you name it, they'll come up with it. If they can't figure it out, they'll say, well, this is a new condition. So, what's changed? The food. The food has changed. So, if you have an allergic reaction to poison ivy, what do they say? Stay away from poison ivy. If you're allergic to bee stings, don't get stung by a bee. The problem is there's so many things in the foods today that it's easy to get stung without knowing it. And rather than figuring that out, we just can't continue. Change brands, change labels, when most of the food today isn't even food. I mean, some of the stuff that they feed us, you wouldn't feed your dog, your cat. You damn sure wouldn't feed your child. If you remember just a few years ago, they were wanting to put pink slime in meat till the public caught on early enough to put a stop to it. Maybe. What are they spraying on the vegetables? Anybody noticing that the vegetables, geez, they sure are lasting a lot longer, unless you get them from the market, and then they rot just like they should. What foods do you get to absorb the actual minerals from? The highest percentage of minerals just by normally eating them. All those things are questions people should be asking and answering. Schools should be teaching. I mean, well, let's go back to crazy again. How many genders are there? Be honest, when you were growing up, how many genders were there then? How many are accepted now? So if you say XY chromosome and there's only two genders, because that's what you're raised to understand, that's what the Bible says, that's what God says. There's a male and a female dog. If you neuter a dog, it doesn't turn it into the opposite. Makeup does not turn a man into a woman, nor does putting on dresses. It just makes him crazy or an actor. Maybe both. Anyways, why do they keep pushing things like that? Why do they push food that they know is unhealthy as healthy? Why do they change the name of sugar and then call something sugar-free when it does the exact same thing as sugar in the body? Because it's about money. It's not about you. And Here's the other thing you want to think about. When you're watching these people promote 57 genders, a million types of healthy food, a million types of herbs, a million types of vitamin supplements, things to make you stronger and bigger and all this other crap. Cavemen didn't have any of that. The Alaskans didn't have any of that. When we didn't have, or at least they didn't have a lot of it. When, sorry about that, wiping something off my leg. Anyways, the people that are pushing that are one of two things. One of three things. They are ignorant, they are misinformed, or they are knowingly lying to you. That's a decision you have to figure out. And if you believe they're knowingly lying to you, then you should stop listening to them, or at least let them know that. So maybe they'll actually be honest to you. Sometimes they're paid to lie, and they want the money more than they're worried about anything else. Sometimes they're put in that position because, I don't know, they got 5 kids, and they've elevated their lifestyle with this fancy cars and fancy households and putting their kids through schools that do nothing but indoctrinate just at a more expensive level than other schools. So people have different reasons. But it doesn't matter. You're only you, and you're only responsible for you. And only you can keep you healthy. You take 100 meds, all have side effects. All of them. Some of them are good side effects. But remember, what did God create? What are we allowed to eat? Of all the fruits and vegetables that you see today, how many of them existed 500 years ago? Think about that. If they didn't exist then, how do they exist now? Anyways, that's it for today. My friend told me I should call this Don Talks. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to get this on Facebook, but Facebook seems to block every video I do. So I'm going to go about it a different way. And I hope you like and share. I'm trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers. Not for any other reason than I'm trying to get to people. I live within my means as best I can. So I hope you do too. Thank you. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. And I'll talk to you soon. God bless. Bye-bye.